We're more than a year removed from the Capitol riot, and prosecuting many of the people involved is taking a while. We're joined now by CBS Congressional correspondent Scott McFarland. Scott, 1 year later, where do these prosecutions stand? How much progress has been made?
This is a paradox, Ron. We've made great progress, yet at the same time, our heels are still on the starting line. As of now, there are more than 700 federal defendants from the U.S. Capitol attack, making it the largest criminal investigation in U.S. history. But as of now, there are roughly 170 of those defendants who've pleaded guilty. There have been 0 trials. And Ron, those who pleaded guilty tend to be the lower level defendants, those not accused of assault, not accused of damage or conspiracy, of plotting and planning. For lack of a better phrase, it's the low-hanging fruit right now. The larger cases could be months off, if not into 2023.
Now, we know you're tracking our local cases, the defendants with ties to Houston. How are those cases going?
So to be clear, Texas has among the most defendants of any state, about 60 from throughout Texas. Houston has a handful as well. One of the defendants who's pleaded guilty and had his case fully closed is one of those lower-level defendants, not accused of damage, not accused of assault. It's former Houston police officer Tam Pham. Recently pleaded guilty and was just sentenced to 45 days in jail. Hasn't yet begun that federal sentence, according to the U.S. Bureau of Prisons, but he soon will. But it's noteworthy. He pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor because he was not accused of damage or assault, and his jail sentence was measurable in days and weeks, not months and years. There's a lot of question, Ron, about whether the Justice Department should be cutting these lower-level plea deals in any January 6th case, but there's also an argument, Ron, that if they don't work through these lower-level defendants quickly, they won't have the bandwidth or the time to get to the higher-level defendants, those who are accused of conspiring and assault.
You know, other than the politics, what are some of the common threads that you're seeing among the people charged?
Well, let's look at Tam Pham, for example, from Houston. One of the, but not the only, police officer or person with law enforcement ties arrested for January 6th. By our review of court documents, there's been an active duty DEA agent arrested, a Chicago police officer, 2 rural Virginia police officers. The law enforcement ties are noticeable in a crime in which defendants are accused of conspiring or forcing themselves against police. Also worth noting, Ron, a lot of people, dozens, with military veteran ties.
All right, thank you so much. Scott McFarland with CBS News.